Hello students, today I welcome you for the second episode of this lesson current electricity. Students, today in this episode we are going to learn about the important topics about the resistivity, resistors in series and parallel, color code for carbon resistor, and finally we are going to see about the temperature quotient of resistors. Come, let me teach you about the topic resistivity first. First of all, let us see what do you mean by resistivity. I think you all know about the word resistivity. Even some kind of medicines are there to resist the corona nowadays. Likewise, there are resistivity which stop the conducting surface of the materials, and the resistance R of any conductor is given by R is equal to I by sigma A, and this is the first equation. Here sigma is called the conductivity of the material, and it depends only on the type of the material used and not on its dimension. So the resistivity of a material is equal to the reciprocal of its conductivity. So rho is equal to 1 by sigma. Let's assume this as the equation number 2. Now we can rewrite the equation 1, and using the equation 2 we get R is equal to rho into L by A. The resistance of a material is directly proportional to the length of the conductor, and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor, that is represented by R is equal to rho into L by A. The proportionality constant rho is called the resistivity of the material. So the electrical resistivity of a material is defined as resistance offered to current flow by a conductor of unit length having unit area of cross section. Here the resistivity, it has a SI unit which is ohm meter, with this symbol ohm and meter. Let's move to the topic resistors in series and parallel. First of all, let's see the resistors in series. Actually, I have explained you about this resistor series connections using the conductors. We already saw in the lesson 1 electrostatics about the series connections in conductors. Now we are going to see the series connections in resistors. Same kind of activity, but here this resistors resist the flow of current charges. When two or more resistors are connected end to end, they are said to be in series, as like the street bulbs. Here you can see one resistor is here and another resistor I2 is here, and here another third resistance I3. When you provide a 2 amps of current here, this resistors will resist the current in the circuit. The image shows the three resistors R1, R2 and R3 which are connected in series. Now the amount of charge which is passing through the resistor 1 must also pass through the resistor 2 and the resistor 3. So the current I, here the current is referred with the symbol I, passing through all these three resistors is the same. According to Ohm's law, if same current passes through different resistors of different values, then the potential difference across each resistor must be different. Then let us take V1, V2 and V3 as the different potentials which are placed across, and the each resistors R1, R2 and R3. So V1 is equal to IR using the Ohm's law, and V2 is equal to IR2 and V3 is equal to IR3. But the voltage V is equal to the sum of the voltages across each resistors. Therefore, we collect the V, the total voltage V is equal to V1 plus V2 is equal plus V3. Therefore, altogether V is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Here in all these terms we have I as a common, so we take I out of the bracket. So V is equal to I into R1 plus R2 plus R3, and this is a series connection. So as we put in conductors CS, here we put RS, resistors in series. V is equal to IRS using the Ohm's law, where RS is the equivalent resistance. Here the RS is the equivalent resistors which are used in various voltages. Therefore RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. When several resistors are connected in series, that means continuously, if you connected resistance, the total of equivalent resistance is the sum of the individual resistance. Here note, the value of equivalent resistance in series connection will be greater than each individual resistance which is present in the circuit. Now resistors in parallel, as I told you earlier, while using the conductors in parallel, I gave an example for you that let us take house as a example for the parallel connections. Here also we use the resistors in the same manner. Resistors are in parallel when they are connected across the same potential difference. Let me show this in the figures. Okay, let I1, I2 and I3 be the different currents through the resistors R1, R2 and R3. See, in this parallel circuit you can watch lot of I1, I2 and I3, okay, which is the currents here, different currents passing to this parallel circuit. Now due to conservation of charge, the total current in the circuit I is equal to the sum of the currents through each of the three resistors. Here we have I1, I2 and I3, and totally they are taken as I. Since the voltage across each resistance is the same, and applying the Ohm's law, we get I1 is equal to V into R1, I2 is equal to V into R2, and I3 is equal to V into R3. Let us have this as equation number 3. Now, substituting these values in equation 1, substituting the values of we got in equation number 2, while substituting this I1 here and I2 here and I3 here, we get I is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Totally, if you take the V out of the bracket, then V is equal, which is the I is equal to V into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So totally I is equal to V by Rp. Here, as I mentioned earlier for the series, we take 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. In the last parallel resistor, we saw Rp is the total resistance for R1, R2 and R3. So, thus when a number of resistors are connected in parallel, the sum of the reciprocal of the values of resistance of the individual resistor is equal to the reciprocal of the effective resistance of the combination. That means the value of equivalent resistance which are connected in parallel will be lesser than the individual resistance. Okay, so if you take as a house, or if you take as a laptop or a cell phone connection, you can have lot of resistors, and in that, if it have a actually the cell phone and laptop and all other, even TV, all have a resistance in parallel connection. So the individual resistance of that particular connection is lesser than the total. Now let's move to the color code for carbon resistors. Students, when we move into the higher classes, that means engineering or electrical or electronics engineering or physics or some other individual electronic courses, you have to solder the resistors. Okay, and while soldering the resistors, you should know what's the value of that resistance. That is defined using that color codes in the resistors. Now, carbon resistors consist of a ceramic core on which a thin layer of crystalline carbon is deposited. You can see here it is a ceramic one, and thin layers have been shown. Now these resistors are in expensive, stable and compact in size. The color rings are used to indicate the value. Here you can see first digit, this is the for second digit, and this is for decimal multiplier, and this is for tolerance or metallic band. Actually, 3 colored rings are used to indicate the values of resistors. These 3 rings are used to indicate the values of resistors. You can see how we use the value of the resistance according to the rules in the table in your 12th standard book, page number 96. Let's see what are the rules here we used. First of all, the first 2 rings are significant figures of resistance. These two, first digit and second digit rings, are significant figures of resistance. The third ring indicates the decimal multiplier. This ring indicates the decimal multiplier after them. And the fourth color, which is represented in silver or gold, shows the tolerance of the resistor, which is 10% or 5%. What do you mean by tolerance? That means till that amount this resistor will resist the current in that circuit, or while current is passing through that circuit, this resistor will tolerate that. And if there is no fourth ring, if it is not present here, gold or silver is not present here, the tolerance is 20%. Now I think you all know what do you mean by that tolerance. While reading the color code, okay, hold the resistor with color bands to your left. You have to hold the resistance with color bands to your left. Resistors never start with metallic band on the left. The resistors never start with color band on your left. So you have to hold this side in your left finger, then only you can find all the digits perfectly. Let's move to the temperature dependence of resistivity. As you know, the resistivity of material is dependent on temperature. It is experimentally found that for a wide range of temperatures, the resistivity of a conductor increases with increasing in temperature, and according to that, we have the temperature coefficient of resistance, which is defined as the ratio of increase in resistivity per degree rise in temperature to its resistivity at T0. So it's very much important to note the rise in temperature for from small level to high, because this rise in temperature will have made a change in the resistance. And from the equation rho T, which is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught, and we can write rho T minus rho naught is equal to alpha into rho naught T minus T naught. If you take alpha out of this composition, then alpha is equal to rho T minus rho naught divided by rho naught into T minus T naught, which we can put this rho T minus rho naught as del rho, and altogether this rho naught into T minus T naught as rho naught into del T, where del rho is equal to rho T minus rho naught, and is the change in resistivity for a change in temperature del T equal to T minus T naught. Its unit is per degree Celsius, because here we measure the temperature. So the resistivity of the material is inversely proportional to the number density, that means n of electrons, and it is inversely proportional to the average time between the collisions, which is represented by the symbol T. Thank you students, thank you, and see you in the next class.